Okay. So now we are starting our meeting tonight. I'm very happy to be here. And, we are going to try to solve the problem that we stated. And so I give the floor to my colleague, Ayse Siplek.
Okay. Hello, everyone. This evening, we come together to find some solutions to the second Sustainable Development Goal of UNESCO, Zero Hunger. As you know, we had some guided questions and we answered them. And we also picked some countries, different countries from all over the world, in order to see the hunger states of different countries. Then we had our forum meetings. Now it is time to find solutions to stop hunger in the world, all over the world. You did well research about your countries and you know the situation, the hunger state of your countries. Now, first of all, you are expected to briefly talk about the hunger state of your country, your picked country. Then, dear Adele teacher prepared a Padlet link for you.
Yes.
And we asked all of you to prepare at least 3 solutions to stop hunger. Then, while your friends are talking about their solutions, while they are sharing their solutions with us, you are expected to write one of your solutions to the Padlet link.
Yes.
After collecting your solutions, we will choose 2 students from each team, of course, after the meeting, and they will be responsible to choose the common solutions from the Padlet link and to add them to the Google Forms that our coordinators, Nida, prepared on TwinSpace. For each team, we have a Padlet link, and we will add your solutions there, the common solutions that you write, especially. And while writing these solutions, we try to use the operative clauses of resolution papers. Generally, we have the resolution papers for MUN meetings.
Yes.
I don't know if you know them or not. 2 years ago, we had a project called MUN Twinning, and we worked with Adele teacher. And it was our first time to meet and to work,
Yes.
Of course, before the pandemic. And in this project, we had different committees, and we discussed the global problems. And after discussing them, we wrote resolution papers according to the rules of writing resolution papers, because it has a special technique to write it. But as we don't have committees like MUN, we just try to adapt the resolution paper. And we prepared a Google form for you, okay? So don't get worried about how to write a resolution paper. Just try to share the state of hunger of your country first, and then write one of your solutions to the Padlet link, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so we can start. Adele,
we can start. Yes. Maybe you can raise your hand so we can. So we know who wants to start.
Talk, or we can take turns. I don't know. There are just 20.
Yes. Now, yes, I can see one hand. It is Aselin. I don't know if the pronunciation is okay. It's good.
Aselin.
Aselin. Okay. Yes, if you want, you can start.
Okay. I picked the USA as a country. According to my research, the number of hungry people in the USA is about 50 million, and that's about 16% of the population. At the same time, while 9 million people die of hunger every year in the world, 1.3 billion tons of food is wasted every year in the world. This amount is in the form of $640 of food is wasted in a house every year in the country that I picked. And we can count this waste among the causes of hunger in the USA, such as increased unemployment. I think it's up to us to prevent hunger. Let's not waste food. We can donate to hungry people instead of wasting. And we can also raise awareness and encourage other people to donate. I'm sure in a world without hunger, everyone will live happier, more peacefully and healthier. So we should all know our responsibility and make an effort for the hungry people. That's it.
Thank you. Now,
You're welcome.
someone else? I don't know. I can see. Can you please raise your hand so we understand who wants to speak? Ilaria, do you want to state the situation in your country? Ilaria?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Hi, I'm Ilaria, and I chose Arabic Republic of Egypt. Hunger in the world involves about 800 million people. Most of the world's hungry people live in developing countries where 12.9% of the population is undernourished. Hunger in the world is not the only problem linked to the food crisis. In fact, more than 2 billion people are undernourished, suffering from diseases caused by food famine. In many of the affected countries, the cause is linked to guerrillas and armed conflicts. With more than 98 million people, Egypt remains the most populated country in North Africa. More than 32.5% of citizens live below the poverty line, making malnutrition and hunger in Egypt pressing issues. Egypt's hunger crisis is an accumulation of many setbacks. Malnutrition not only affects brain development, but also contributes to a cycle that perpetuates and exacerbates Egypt's weaknesses. The situation in Egypt was getting worse, but in 2015, this nation published its own development strategy Vision 2030. It is an ambitious project of development and economic and social growth in line with the SDG promoted by the United Nations and sustainable. A vital pillar of the Egypt Vision 2030 is the National Strategic Plan for the Pre-University Education. The World Food Programme is spearheading the plan to increase school meals' nutritional value. Though it helps enrolled students, the plan does not benefit children not attending school. The school meals incentivize students to attend, serving as an aspect Egypt tactfully uses to increase pre-university enrollment rates. In breaking the cycle of malnourishment and lack of education, Egypt will continue on its path towards growth, prosperity, and stability.
Okay, thank you. Isa, do you want to, I don't know, who will talk? Yes.
It's very great pleasure for me to see that our students did well research about
yes, really, yes,
and they well summarized the situation. So, is there any volunteers? Angela, please.
Hi, everyone in Albania. The time has come to reconsider how we grow, share, and consume food. A profound change in the world agricultural and system is needed if we are to feed the 795 billion people who suffer from hunger today, and the other 2 billion people who will inhabit our planet in 2050. The Albanian government has made its central goal to eliminate hunger. The main causes of hunger in Albania are linked to poverty, to the refugee crisis, and to gender inequality. A central goal of the Albanian government is the continued financial support and development of the both independent farmers as well as private investment in the private agricultural sector. Since the ousting of the Communist Party in 1992, Albania has had an uphill battle against poverty and hunger. However, the years since then have seen the country made great strides in technological advancement and economic growth, both of which help it stay competitive in the European market and combat its hunger problem. There is still much for Albania to do, yet an indication from the Albanian government, EU and the global community point to continued progress for this European nation.
Okay. Thank you, Angela. Now, I don't know, want to go on? Edin? No, maybe. And Fadima or Fadime, I don't know the pronunciation.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How nice you are. You are so kind. Thank you.
Thank you. I research hunger in Spain. The number of people suffering from hunger in the world continues to increase rapidly. Water and rain is really important about that. In Spain, 494,000 people die from hunger. 1,363 million kilos food wasted in Spain. WHO and UNESCO are trying to solve this problem. 700,000 people are starving in Spain. When we leave food on the plate and throw it away, we aren't only wasting something very valuable that not everyone can reach. We also harm the planet. Thanks.
Thank you, my dear. Another volunteer, I don't know, Enes. Always sorry for the pronunciation of your name. Hello?
You pronounce very well.
No, I don't think so, but okay.
Approximately 200 million hunger people and over 200 million uneducated people in India. We can help our country with social helping organizations. We should find jobs for poor people. People should be educated and social equality should be provided in India. Financial, medical and food support should be given to people by other countries. We should waste food and we should use natural resources carefully. We can help our country with farming in our garden. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Also, one of my students researched the situation of hunger in Spain. It is friend Alessandra. Alessandra?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Yes.
I am Alessandra and I choose the Kingdom of Spain. Spain is considered to be a developed country. However, some people in Spain still do not have access to adequate food and nutritional needs. In number, 26% of people were reported as being at risk of poverty in January 2020. The number can be linked to the direct and indirect effects on the COVID-19 pandemic. Hunger in Spain is an issue that's been exacerbated by the onset of COVID-19. In the second quarter of 2020, Spain's unemployment rate rose to 15%. Due to COVID-19, many people in Spain lost their jobs. A directly result of reduced employment in Spain has been a rise in food insecurity, which means that more people are struggling to put food on the table. To combat this difficult condition, Spain government is proposing to the reduction of ingresso minimo vital, minimal vital income, according to the Spain records shared with the EU request for the government assistance due to COVID-19, reached 7 million of people. A national minimum income was introduced to provide people living in poverty with monthly assistance payments, allowing them access to food and other vital resources. The money will be provided financial aid to 2.5 million people. Other initiatives are helping to address the problem. This initiative aims to alleviate hunger in Spain and help people experiencing food insecurity that has been exacerbated by COVID-19.
Okay. Thank you, Alessandra. Next, I don't know. I can read here, Ilaha, I don't know. Ilaha, I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I want to give information about France. Before that, I appreciate to you for enabling us to research these types of issues in this project. Thank you. Now, the majority of France most food insecure are the 200,000 plus homeless and those living in the outskirts of Paris. Globally, 1 in 9 people go hungry every day, and global hunger is increasing. The standard of living in France is relatively high to countries' inclusive social security systems. Access to basic needs and services such as food, water, healthcare, and education are mostly available to all. However, for example, in the lower income districts that surround Paris residents in cities like Clichy-sous-Bois, this name is city, require to the generosity of food banks to get by. French citizen has also been crucial in reducing hunger in France. Supermarkets that are larger than 4,305 feet are now required by French law to sign formal documents with charities to ensure that they will donate any leftover food. Thank you.
Isaac, do you want to, I don't know, to choose one of your students?
It is holding her finger from Bilfan.
Yeah, I can. Well, I chose China, first of all, for hunger. And I found out that rapid and substantial economic transformations over the past 35 years in the People's Republic of China have translated into remarkable progress in poverty eradication and social development. By lifting millions out of hunger, the country met its Millennium Development Goal of having the number of hungry people by 2015 and reduced the global hunger rate by 2/3. However, large pockets of poverty still exist, especially in remote mountainous areas, and there are large income disparities and gaps in nutritional status between rural and urban areas. Almost 180.8 million people are malnourished. Given the size of China's population, rates of 9.4% of stunting in children, 19.6% for anemia, and 25% for overweight represents significant national and global burdens. The rural landscape is dominated by more than 200 million smallholder farmers who produce the majority of the food consumed nationally and manage 95% of the cultivated land. For those living in the most remote locations with poor infrastructure and limited access to financial and other services, markets, and value chains, it is difficult to partake in the national progress and efficiency gains. China is one of the most disaster-prone countries in the world. More than 186 million people are exposed to the effects of droughts and floods, which are estimated to reduce the country's potential gain output by about 20 million tons per year. Well, what is China doing for this? They signed something called World Food Program in March 2016. And that works with the Chinese government to reduce poverty in targeted countries, enhance the livelihoods and resilience of smallholder farmers, and improve the capacity of communities in areas vulnerable to disasters to withstand and respond to climate shocks. Yeah, that's all I prepared. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Yes, you were so precise and so clear. Okay. Thank you.
Too
Yes.
fast without breathing. And
Yes.
you are the only student who is talking about what the government is doing to stop
Yes.
hunger. Thank you very much, Elis.
Thank you.
And let's go on with Serhat.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, my country is Italy, and for the past 6 years, hunger in Italy has maintained a steady rate of 2.5% of the population. For the past 6 years, hunger in Italy has maintained a steady rate of 2.5%. This is low percentage. However, Italy's total population is 60.36 million. 1.509 million are subject to food insecurity each day. Italy supports WFP Food. This is Foundation for Hunger Issues. The funds will help meet the basic food needs for the Italian families. In order to reduce hunger, a world hunger amount can be determined and countries can transfer money to support the hungry people and people more educated about these situations. That's it.
Thank you, Serhat.
Okay, thank you.
And
You're welcome.
Jale is, she wants to speak. Jale from Azerbaijan, I think.
I want to talk about the hunger in the United Kingdom. And first, food waste feeds hunger in the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom food waste in the 2018 amounted to approximately 9.5 million tons. However, 70% of the wasted food edible. Only a minuscule amount of this waste went to charities or animal feed. The need for emergency food supplies in the United Kingdom is increasing. And Hunger, United Kingdom coalition of 40 organizations is also working to end poverty and hunger in the United Kingdom. Then United Kingdom produced around 9.5 million tons of food waste, and 8.4 million people in the United are struggling to afford to.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah,
maybe you have
maybe
finished. Yes, okay.
Maybe there is a connection problem.
Yes.
Edin wants to speak, I think. Edin, we couldn't hear you before.
Can you hear
Now
me
we
now?
can. Yeah, we can hear you right now.
Yeah. Hello to everyone. Today I want to speak about India. So, with some 200 million people suffering, India has relatively high rates of hunger compared with the rest of the world. However, malnutrition is not uniform throughout the country, and its prevalence corresponds to the uneven levels of economic development between different regions. While India produces enough food to feed its population, the country is home to 25% of the world's hungry population. A holistic approach to food security requires ensuring available, accessible, and nutritious food to eradicate hunger and malnutrition in India. In few countries in the world is the Zero Hunger campaign more relevant than for India. Despite rapid economic growth and while food production is sufficient, many remain without access to adequate food and nutrition. Many children are stunned, i.e. are less tall than accepted for their age, faced with learning difficulties and limited employment opportunities as they grow older. They often face a life of poverty. The government of India has evolved several social safety nets to address these challenges. The public distribution system, the Antodaya Anna Rozgar Yojana, the Mid-Day Meal Scheme, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, and most recently in 2013, the landmark Food Security Act, which aims to provide subsidized food grain to up to 75% of the rural population and 50% of the urban households. Thanks.
Okay. I say sorry, maybe the time is
Yes,
almost to finish. So I will share
the Padlet link.
Yes.
While the other volunteers are talking, my dear students, you can write your solutions to our Padlet link. Adele teacher is sharing it with you.
Yes.
Maybe you can also share the link from the chat box, Adele.
Yes. Okay.
And meanwhile, who wants to speak? Hajiye, am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Hello,
yeah.
everyone. How are
Hello.
you?
Fine.
We're fine, thank you.
I found some information about zero hunger in France. Recently, France has made consistent progress towards eliminating hunger within its borders through the European Union and in developing nations. However, with worsening global health conditions as an added stressor to those who suffer from food insecurity, it is imperative to end hunger in France and around the world. The majority of France's most food insecure as the 200,000 plus homeless and those living in outskirts of Paris. Globally, 1 in 9 people go hungry every day, and global hunger is increasing. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization estimated that around 10.7% of the world's population suffer from chronic and undernourishment. Additionally, over 26.4% of the world's population is food insecure. The standard of living in France is relatively high due to the country's inclusive social security system. Access to basic needs and services such as food, water, health care, and education are mostly available to all. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, our students, we are waiting for your solutions. Please don't forget to add your solutions to the Padlet link. And
So
Francesca.
Yes, Francesco, do you want to?
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, good evening. I chose China. Rapid and substantial economic transformation over the past 35 years in the People's Republic of China have translated into remarkable progress in poverty reduction and social development. By lifting millions out of hunger, the country met its Millennium Development Goal of halving the number of hungry people by 2015 and reduced the global hunger rate by 2/3. However, large pockets of poverty still exist, especially in remote mountainous areas, and there are large income disparities and gaps in nutritional status between rural and urban areas. Almost 150.8 million people are managed, given the size of China's population, rates of 9.4% for stunning in children. 19.6% for anemia, and 25% for overweight represent significant national and global borders. The rate of malnutrition are as pressed the China's government to act. The state has provided subsidies for school lunches in efforts to provide a solution to children that experience hunger in China. These subsidies have fed about 23 million children in 618 poorest counties. It also provides nutritional supplements for hundreds of thousands of babies in the countries. The most prioritized strategy to reduce hunger in China is poverty alleviation. Among the initiatives that China has taken, massive agricultural development with land reforms contributed significantly to the successful alleviation of hunger in China. Several key policy reforms and investments have helped stimulate the productivity of farmers, such as the abolition of agricultural taxes, subsidies for farmers, or lifting the sale and purchase of grains. With this comment to alleviate poverty and hunger, China has remarkably improved the citizen quality of life. Since the focus of fighting poverty with reforms and policy more than 4 decades ago, China has achieved unprecedented success. If China maintains the current pace, it is possible the nation will become the first country to entirely eradicate poverty and hunger. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
We have 2 students, 2 volunteers, and don't forget to add your solutions to the patent link. Zarife from Azerbaijan and Francesca from Italy, I think. Let's listen to them.
I am Francesca.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Who is speaking?
I will talk about hunger in India. Indian agriculture is heavily dependent on climate. Favorable summer monsoon is critical in securing water for irrigating crops. Those combined with policy have a critically led for major Indian famines, including for Bengal famine of 1880. The critical famine of 1876, 1878, and Bengal famine of 1943. Some commentators have indicated British government inaction as contributing factor the severity of famines during the time in India was under British rule. Famine largely ended by the start of the 20th century with 1943. Bengal famine being and exporting related to completion during World War II. The 1883 Indian Finance Codes, transportation improvements and changes following indifference do have in the field as relief. In India, traditionally agricultural laborers and rural artisans and have been the primary victims of famines. Then our goals in a few countries in the world is there hungry competition more relevant than for India. Despite rapid economic growth and while food production is sufficient, many remain without access to adequate food nutrients. Many children are standing are less than expected for their age. Factors with learning difficulties and limited employment occurring as they grow older, they often face a life of poverty. Raising the population close with challenging climates and land use pressures. Then an overwhelming majority of Indians farmers are small and male farmers. holding less than 1 of land. Many are not able to generate enough income to keep their families. Or
okay, I can share again. Okay, here we are. Isa, are you there? No, maybe not. Not yet. Maybe some of you can share again the link of the meeting.
Hello again.
Hi, hello. I was worried. Okay.
I sent you a message, but you didn't see it. So I was
No,
waiting.
probably not. Sorry. Sorry.
No problem.
Okay.
My students told me that you have connected again, so I'm here.
Yes. So, and I was, because I just saw your first message, and so I immediately tried to solve the situation and start to recording again. And meanwhile, I was waiting for all the students. How beautiful it is with a lot of this color. Yes, beautiful. So now they have the time to share their research, what they found.
Okay, any other volunteers? Francesca wanted to speak as far as
no,
I...
maybe Francesco has already...
Francesca?
Francesca, yes. Okay, Francesca, yes.
Is she here or not? I don't know.
Francesca, are you here again?
No, she's not here.
No, maybe not.
Oh, the solutions are coming.
Yes. I'm writing to them.
Okay. Yes, and while we are waiting for Francesca and the others, you can share your solutions with us, dear students.
Yes.
What should we do to stop hunger?
Look how beautiful it is. Yes, I like all this color.
Yeah, our students are very creative.
Yes. Yes. They are very precise. Number one, number two, they use the operative clause almost all. So, yes, good.
Well, we are very lucky.
Yes, very lucky.
Yeah. Is there anyone who wants to share his or her solutions with us to stop hunger? No one?
Francesca, are you there? I can't see anything
Yes,
because I'm sharing.
I'm here.
Ah, okay, good. So
I'm Francesca and I chose the Italian Republic.
Since
2014, the number of people in the world suffers from hunger has been growing again. The food problem concerns not only the third world, but also the most industrialized countries, where social differences generate poverty and marginalization. In Italy, there are 2.7 million hungry people who in 2018 were forced to ask for help to eat. The major critical issues are recorded in the south, but also in rich Lombardy, where there are almost 229,000 people in food difficulty. In Italy, there was a slow growth between 2010 and 2017, driven, above all, by the strong increase in the share of agricultural area used for organic crops and by the improvement of the added value in agriculture. In the following 2 years, the situation remained stable as synthesis of the improvement in the use of fertilizers, plant protection products, and the increase in the area under organic crops. In contrast, there was a worsening of eating habits, which in 2019 records the worst value of the entire historical series. Only 17.7% of the population followed an adequate diet. The Italian Alliance for Sustainable Development and the Prima Observatory on Innovation Platform, Sandakera Lab of the University of Siena, have launched a common project to collect good practices and projects relating to sustainable food systems. Project analysis, researches, awareness raising, and education initiatives on a local, regional, national, and international scale were enhanced by the platform and with the Italian contribution to the 2021 Food System Summit, which took place in New York in September 2021 at the United Nations buildings. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Other volunteers?
Nida can't join the meeting tonight, so maybe her students wants to speak. Işıl?
Hello.
Işıl. Hello.
How are you?
We are very well, thank you. And Elena wants to speak. After Işıl, you can speak, Elena.
Good evening. According to the data of October 2021, amount which should be spent monthly in order to maintain healthy, balanced, and adequate diet for a family of four is set at 3,093.2 Turkish liras in Turkey. And we are set to announce that about 14 million people in Turkey live on the border of hunger, and their daily earnings are on average $1. First of all, we need to learn how to manage our food and water. We need to raise awareness as a society to stop hunger. We should explain to people the importance of cooperation, but most importantly, it is necessary that the country should be well managed economically. Also, agriculture policies should be implemented correctly. Job opportunities for young people must be provided. Orientation to the profession should begin before high school. We have to protect our environment and natural resources. We should care about agriculture. By raising public awareness, we can prevent the disposal of discarded foodstuffs and prevent waste. Foods that are prevented from being wasted can be sent to countries or regions with hunger problems. And that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. And maybe Elena? Yes.
Good evening, I'm Elena and I choose the Federal Republic of Germany. Although the situation has improved in many countries, there are still many people in the world who are starving or suffering from malnutrition. The 2030 Agenda aims to eradicate hunger and all forms of malnutrition anywhere in the world over the next 50 years. Germany is one of the world's most sustainable industrialized nations. The country does particularly well regarding growth, employment, social security, and environment protection. Until 20 years ago, Germany was considered the heart of industry. Many Italians in the post-war period had immigrated to that region to find work. But now 1 in 5 people is at risk of poverty. The poverty rate has reached 15%. And in the city of Dortmund, in the heart of the roof, the situation is much more serious, and the same rate rises to 25%. In Germany, 82 kilos of food are wasted every year. The German government supported the human rights-based approach to realization of the right to adequate food. The key to global food security is sustainable and resilient agriculture. The political focus in Germany is not only on promoting sustainable agriculture, but also and primarily on environmentally, economically, and socially sustainable, as well as nutritionally balanced and healthy diets. The main foundation of the food, agriculture, forestry, and fishing sector are natural resources such as soil, water, air, and biodiversity. Sustainable, responsible management of these resources and the preservation of agricultural land are essential if continuing high quality food production and food security are to be guaranteed in Germany. Within the framework of international development cooperation, Germany is supporting the establishment and the development of sustainable agriculture in partner countries of the Global South.
Thank you, Elena.
Thank you.
Next.
I think Bediran wants to speak, and then it is very late, especially in Azerbaijan.
Yes.
We should check the solutions from the Padlet link, and we can say goodbye, I think.
Yes.
Okay, Bediran. Bediran, are you there? Oh, I think he left. Okay, so let's check the solutions in the Padlet link. Let's see how many solutions are there.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes,
too
there
many
are a lot of solutions, but I think other will arrive. Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So then we can choose, yes, the common one to write a common resolution.
Yes.
And they are very good because they already use the operative clause. So yes,
very good.
they are perfect. Our students have done already. Yes.
Okay. So, is there anyone who wants to share their solutions with us orally? Maybe we can hear just 2 or 3 students.
Yes.
And then we can say goodbye.
Yes.
Yes. Any students? We would like to hear your smart or brilliant ideas to stop.
Yes. Maybe Fadima. I don't know if.
Fadima?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Hello
should we
again.
do to stop hunger? Fadime.
Fadime. Okay.
Yes.
I couldn't hear.
You can't hear me?
Yes.
What should we do to stop hunger?
Okay. We can put a limit to the food every family gets per year, and we can share the food and water equally. We can use sustainable energy sources for clean water, so we can end hunger.
Thank you. And again, what do you think? What should we do to stop hunger?
Hello.
Hello.
We should end hunger. We must avoid waste. We should get as much food as we need. We must reduce hunger and help bring everyone and a good fooding. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Well, maybe there are other 2 participants that raise their hand.
Yes.
I don't know.
Who are they?
I don't know because Bediran. Maybe. Yes.
Bediran, good evening. What should we do to stop hunger? What are your solutions?
India is poor country and lots of people living on the streets. People are hungry because
Bediran.
We should support.
What should we do?
We should support local farmers. We should help craftsmen to open small shops. We can enable women living in slum houses to work more.
Very good. Yes. What about the others? What do you think?
India is a poor country. Lots of people live on the streets. People are hungry because they don't have jobs and money. In India, 29% of them are innocent settlements below their class. About 17 million tons of food are wasted in India. India people should spend food more than their needs. 200 million people in India are struggling with hunger.
Bediran, are you there?
And this is not a good situation for India.
Bediran, your internet connection is not good.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
We can't hear your voice very well. Okay. Thank you.
Anybody else? No? Okay. So I think that we can stop
Yes.
end the meeting. Please, if you didn't add your solutions to the Padlet link, add them after the meeting, and then we will choose 2 of you and we will inform you, and you will add your solutions to the Padlet link on TeamSpace. Thank you for your effort. Your ideas are smart and you did well research, and we are very proud of you. Thank you.
Yes, we are really proud of you. Thank you for entering, for joining us. See you next time.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Thank you, dear.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
I said bye. It was always a pleasure.
Bye.
How nice she is.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye. So sweet.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye. Take care.